Aware that I've been talking about this for a few days now, but the indictment of Donald Trump, this indictment in particular, is a very big deal. The evidence is pretty overwhelming, and as I've said before, the charges are very grave. And for that reason, I support what Jack Smith and Merrick Garland have done here. Donald Trump clearly and willfully violated the law, and if we have any kind of rule of law, he must be held accountable. And there's been a lot of speculation about a lot of things, but I want to raise another question. How does this end in a way that facilitates the continuation or the strengthening of American democracy? There are many who are saying, look, he got a good judge there. This case could be pushed way into the future, as late as 2025, 2026. By then, he could be president. He'll be very old by then. There are others who say, well, look, the evidence is overwhelming, and he could be found guilty, and he could be sentenced to a jail term. Either of those things are possible, and of course, a lot of things in between. But if Donald Trump is president in 2026, I think we should recognize that the United States of America will be in deep, deep peril. Not just American democracy, but the functioning and the existence of the American state will be endangered. But if he's in jail, will that be any less true? If Donald Trump is found guilty because the evidence is overwhelming, his supporters are not going to nod their head and say, oh, that's how it goes. That's the way rule of law works. We've heard the calls for violence. And if he is convicted, those calls will get stronger and people will begin to act on them. We are pretty far down this road. Talk of what happens if there's a civil war. Will this be a civil war is no longer useful. We have to recognize just how far we are along there and think very, very seriously about what we do to try to reel this back. But that is not going to be easy.